Hi guys, and thank you for joining us on episode 10 of Ask Fran. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the process that it takes to detox. In one of the previous episodes, I had mentioned that the detoxing process is multi-layered, and there's not a single approach to detoxing your body. I'm still going through a detox process myself. Because your body's ever changing and just things change. When I initially started my journey, and you'll get to follow me through the rest of my journey, I was trying to deal with healing my cancer. I had other issues, far more issues than I could ever imagine, but the most important pressing issue was living long enough to be able to take care of the other issues. So when I started my detox process, before I started my intermittent keto diet, I decided to take a few days before I did my meal plan and detox my body. If you haven't done that for yourself, or if you're kind of thinking about doing that, or if you kind of just jump started into keto and you find yourself having keto flu symptoms, you're not feeling your best, you're wondering what's going on, you have to understand your body's undergoing a lot of changes. And for me, I wanted to have my body as clean as possible for me to be able to start a journey, because it was difficult. So some of the things that I implemented is I found somebody that had an infrared sauna. I would do an infrared sauna daily for 14 days. I started doing colonics. I started pursuing things like coffee enemas. I started with some IV therapies. One of my very good friends, who's a nurse, suggested that I try vitamin C IVs, and I did. And I also started some ozone treatments to increase the level of oxygen in my bloodstream. And that's how my process started on what many people would call an alternative detox route. So prior to me beginning to choose the foods that I ate, I wanted to make sure that my canvas was as clean as I possibly could get it before I started changing my eating habits. So before we get into recipes and how to do things, if there's one thing I want you to take away from today's vlog is, if you are considering doing this for health purposes, you find yourself with a lot of issues, you want to make sure that your starting point is as easy as possible for you to be able to stick with it. I'm not saying that I didn't do radiation. I'm not saying that I didn't have surgery in my neck. I'm saying that the approach I initially started with was natural. Because I opted in for a treatment, because I was freaked out after my surgery, and they said, oh, you should do this. I ended up destroying my gut with traditional medicine, and even till this day, I just have allergies and things that take a lot more work a lot more time to fix than they normally would had I probably kept straight on my natural path. But once again, there is no perfect formula. We're here to support you and give you as much information. So once again, to resume and just kind of give you tips on things that I did prior to starting the ketogenic diet. I started doing some colonics. I started doing some infrared saunas. I started doing a lot of detox teas and taking teas that would help like calm me. I found myself having to center myself a lot. My emotions were all over the place. I was very stressed. I had a very stressful job at the time. My boss didn't even want me to work anymore because I was sick and I was going on maternity leave. So I had a lot of outside stressors that weren't really contributing to me getting well. So I would say before you start your keto journey, if you're sick, start logging down your emotions, start journaling, even or if you want to find somebody that you feel you can share your feelings with, and do that. Definitely try colonics. I did coffee enemas, I did the infrared sauna. And then I would do shakes. So I started doing like a juice fast to cleanse my body as I was going through my colonics. So I would do cold pressed juices. And then if I was absolutely starving at night, I would do a salad that was free of any animal. So it was 100% salad. And then my proteins came from avocados and nuts. And that's how I started the journey. And like I said, for me, it helped dramatically. I mean, I saw an improvement in my blood work within 3 weeks of being detoxed. It was crazy fast. And I felt great within the first 7 or 8 days of my body starting to purge a lot of the things that were there. So once again, thank you for joining. We'll continue on this topic in our next episode. And now we'll move forward on what that looks like in terms of recipes and diets. Have a wonderful day, guys.